let's talk about the step sequencer for a split second there. Now, I wanted to flip the groove a bit there and just swing it, but now I'm like, why not just emulate the swing? So, if we click on the bottom pad selection here, we can select whatever pad we want to use within the step sequencer. Say here. So, these are all of our pads, right? Now, notice as we cycle between the pads that already have an input value because I've programmed drums into there, we notice that there are steps popping up with on the sequencer. Of course, we didn't insert these steps ourselves manually through the step sequencer like we're about to do with this hat. However, this is what we did previously. So I couldn't get the fill on that hat the way that I wanted to, so I could redo it again and again and again, or I could I don't know, maybe create a tutorial based on that. So now that I've established a groove, we're gonna hit pad 3 because that's the pad that we want to select. Now that we have that pad selected, we can hit this button one more time, and now we can use each pad as a step. We can toggle the bars by hitting the plus or minus here. Okay, so let's essentially just listen to this. Okay, so right off top, I'm pretty sure I want this. Notice the swing isn't quite right. But let's go ahead and fill out all the spots here where we anticipate it to be. Now we're going to want to take away from this robotic feel in the long run because clearly the drums that I was doing are slightly behind the meter. And sometimes that's the feel. But can we merge the two? Will we even use the drums that we have? A matter of fact, let's just go ahead and hit our pencil button here and let's copy the sequence here. Boom. Now let's go back to what we were doing here on our step sequencer. Just for the purpose of this demonstration, we're going to go ahead and omit the drums that I have that are swinging here. And that's the kick. So if I hit the kick, I select the kick, and we have this snare here. We're going to take that out too. So we're going to hit the pad 1 kick, and we're going to cut those. And we're going to cut the snare. Notice this is on a copy of a sequence. So if I want to go back to what I had before and eliminate this robotic feel altogether, we can do that also. But let's continue. Let's say we had this. Now, if we trigger this toggle up and down here, we can adjust the velocity. Now, I think the main thing that's missing from this robotic feel on Ultra Beat right now, Ultra Beat, I said, Logic Pro, is there's no feel to it. Everything is just cranked. The velocity is cranked. So what we can do is adjust this. There's even some presets here we could use, like a crescendo of velocity. So let's do that. Let's do a crescendo on all of these sections here. Um, Notice that last one was a different type of crescendo. This was the crescendo I was. Oh, it's changing all of them. Boom. Let's listen to this. Let's see what this sounds like. Notice how that second preset was actually really nice. Boom, 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 boom. That actually brings a human element to this for sure. I'm actually going to hit all of them like that on that preset there. Boom, boom. This John too. One more. Oh, boom. Now from there, I can take this away. And I believe if we do this master fader over here, it's going to adjust all of that. But wait a second, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted that one on that one. All right, let me listen to this. I actually really like that. Let's go ahead and select another pad select. Let's hit this kick here. And let's have some fun here. Unselect pad select. Deselect pad select. Now let's use it on the grid here. Knowing what we know. What does it sound like? Also notice, based on how hard you touch the pad, when you are triggering the step sequencer, that is how much velocity is going to be placed. So if you wanted to, you could in real time, but you just have to have that touch, slightest touch. Let's see what this sounds like though. I must say, using the step sequencer, I've created a much more creative pattern than my traditional habits of my traditional boom bap rhythm. Now we almost got like a little Radiohead kind of groove building right here. Is it something to study to? Probably not, unless you want to hear some intense stuff. Maybe you're studying something intense. I don't know. I don't know. Um, what else can I say? What else can we do? Where else can we go? We could definitely spread that out. And I really like this actually over here. No, not that one. No, not that one. Which one was it? Was it this? Grand Reads? This. Let's play with this. Analog Dreams, Gently, Gently. Let's give ourselves 16 bars. Double the length here. That's 8. We got 16 now. All right, let's listen to this. Welcome, Aaron. Welcome. How you doing? How you feeling? Let me know about the quality of the stream today. Trying a different route. Tell me about the sound. Tell me about the visual. Let me know. Since Aaron is here and on the topic, anyways, of the video, what if we use the step sequencer on this analog dreams gently, gently? What would that feel like? Let's have a look here. Now, the key we're in, I believe, it's probably a F major key. So if we were to come over here and click on that box there, we can go ahead and change our notes on our pad here to F major, I believe we're in. Let's listen. I might have been wrong, and thank you very much for the feedback. Yeah, we stepped the stream up a little bit. Compliments to that guy over there, behind that guy over there. Nice to know that everything is cooking now. We got the SM7B. Um, Going straight into the MPC. Everything's going into the MPC. All the audio is coming straight into the MPC. So you're getting crystal clear MPC sound minus a little bit of a noise gate. But I wanted to get off of this darn device here that I think was really ruining a lot of my streams, you know, being on the cell phone. Every tutorial that you've seen so far on the MPC, I've done on the Celly. But now we're on here. So just a little background, Aaron and Eddie, thanks for vibing with me. That's where we're coming from. This is where we are. So we're not in F natural, by the way. Let's find out where we are. We could be in C minor. Let's double check that. Bookmark this section, ladies and gentlemen. The importance of knowing what key you're in, because that can really transform your MPC into a standalone powerhouse. Aaron, Eddie, remember what key you're in. We'll get into more music theory very soon. But today we're on MPC. And as promised, we're on not Ultra Beat, you old head, but we're on the step sequencer. So now that we have our key adjusted to the MPC pads, we can use the step sequencer and pad selection to really get freaky on them. Tom York. Oh, buzz. Uh, it's not, it's not, it's not doing what I thought it was going to do. It's still behaving as if the banks are using whatever key they naturally fall into on behalf of the drum bank, being A being the lowest C00 octave, and then so on and so forth, all the way up to double tapping this button up here. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, you double tap this, you get the second bank. It goes from A to E, if anyone, or you could just hold shift, of course. and just tap it. Two ways of getting there. That's what's so dope about the MPC. Okay, so we're here. What does it sound like? Now, essentially, we only need a couple notes, or we could come back to the pad performance and play those amazing scales that I was just doing. But let's not do that. Let's use a couple notes within the scale using our ears now. We can't cheat now. Let's just choose like two or three notes. So maybe like with 16 levels, you're always guaranteed to at least get like two notes out of the scale, maybe three. So right now, I believe we have one, two, and three. So that's pad 16, pad 9, and pad 7 all work on that scale, I believe. Let's hear it. Now that we found our notes, which note is most important? Probably that one. So we had that pad selected. Now that's pad 9. Now we're going to put that on the step sequencer. That's right, Aaron. Totally. We're gonna mess with these presets now and see if we can make this dance even more. No, you get the picture. You get the picture. You get the picture. Of course, you could always just play the song, right? We could do all that over here. To be honest, I think the step sequencer on the instrument for this is a little busy. I think I was really just randomly selecting notes within the sequence. Now, what's great about the step sequencer is if you press it, the notes and values that you hit within the sequence based on the beats are going to land, you know, which leaves more room for creativity in a sense. How far could you take it? Something like that. But of course, if you're going to do all of that, I think you have to. It's like if you're wearing an outfit. Yeah, I learned this in New York, running around with some. Well, we'll not go there. If you, if you are wearing really tight jeans, you probably need a really big oversized shirt. You can't wear tight jeans and a tight shirt. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like some New York fashion 101. And it's the same with music. Like, if this thing is going to be so busy with all of these sequences, it can't also be so loud. So I'm going to come over here and open up Air Ether, I believe would be fun for this. We could do flavor, but we're going to do Air Ether because we need a dramatic plug-in effect to really flip this, and then we need to bring the output down big time, and preferably not something that's going to blast. Maybe a texture, maybe a rainforest. Did we just nail it? Let's go ahead and dial the output all the way down on this busy, busy, busy John. I like the song. If you like the song, You can join the Patreon and have the song, have the stems, whatever you need. I'm going to be releasing the song there. So let's listen to it. And let's take the output all the way down. We're going to slowly raise it up and then we'll adjust other parameters along the way. Thank you very much, Aaron. I really appreciate the support. Now, truth be told, I actually really like that too. I think that's actually kind of really went somewhere with that. Now I almost want to put a Tame Impala pumper on the whole track. Is that gonna be too crazy? Let's see. All right, clearly that's too much. But maybe some parts of the track can pump. So let's reroute a couple instruments to an air pumper on a submix. That was an effect that I just had on the um whole track, the master. I put an Air Flavor Pro on there. I think it that was giving it the muffled sound. But I'm gonna listen back, and if it sounds worse than what I'm hearing right now, thank you for this note because I'm definitely gonna check. I'm running a new mixing setup. As I've mentioned previously, I would just run my cell phone, and I was just coming out of the speakers. And I don't know if that was working at all. But like I said, I just had that Air Flavored Pro on there just to give it that sound. I hope that is what ruined the sound because what I'm hearing sounds pretty decent in my headphones. I also put an air pumper on a lot of the tracks on the song. Could be a bunch of effects that you're hearing to give it this psychedelic sound. This song really went somewhere. Thank you everybody for vibing with me on this tutorial. Hopefully I taught you something with the step sequencer. You know, I think in terms of drums and percussion, it's very useful. But, you know, do you actually need it for an instrument? I don't know. Perhaps if we had less bars and I was doing that same demo, we could get a little freakier with like, you know, exactly what we were doing or whatever. But nevertheless, Eddie, Aaron, Mr. ML4L, I appreciate all the love. Hopefully this is the new streaming setup and we will be back very soon. Let me know in the comments what you need help with. This is what we're running on. I don't know if you can see that, but I appreciate all the love and support running this. I wanted to start doing more other tutorials for cameras and just to show you guys how I do, the content that I do. I want to start doing those types of tutorials too. If that sounds terrible and all you want me to do is MPC stuff, let me know right now. If you don't care and you feel like you can maybe learn some stuff from cameras and other stuff too, let me know that too, and then I'll do that. Final Cut Pro tutorials, photo photography tutorials, how to. I want to do that. All coming very soon. This is the new Voyager television, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're looking like. This is what we're working with. So I hope you've enjoyed it all. I got to get back to my wife and my daughter before they wring my neck. But I think this song turned out great. If you're interested in this song, make sure you join the Voyager Fleet Patreon, because I will be dishing out several songs that I composed on these tutorials through the tutorial series for the past 2 months, going ham. We got to go even more ham. I got to do this every day. And now that we have this sound quality, hopefully, crossing my fingers that it sounds good. Let me listen back. Now that we have this sound quality, I can do this anytime. It doesn't have to be at appropriate hours. That's not going to wake anybody up because I'm wearing headphones now, right? This is great, right? Also, side note, not streaming on OBS or anything else, any platform. I'm going straight into YouTube, and this is what you get. Adjusting levels here, aperture on the fly here with my camera. But I think it looks a lot better than the iPhone. What do you think? If you're new to the tutorial series on Voyager Television, make sure you check out the whole playlist for everything beginners really need to know about the MPC. And that's really all I can say. Thank you guys so much for all the love. Subscribe for more. If you enjoyed this, please hit the thumbs up, drop a comment. It helps more than you know. This stream is over. Go back and watch the beginning of this stream to really learn some things. Hopefully we accomplish the majority of which. It's raining outside in Los Angeles, California. And I wanted to do something that was kind of like this, something that was matching that vibe. Low-key also kind of wanted to do something that people could study to. Is this music that wants somebody to study to? Should I do more like that? What about a live stream that has no speaking at all? Somebody dropped the thumbs down and dropped it up again. I think, you know what? That's real love right there. Just to show they liked it twice. I love that. More coming soon, guys. That's it. I'm out of here. Peace.